Family, when we talk about the faithfulness of God, we're not talking about a concept, an idea, or a poetic phrase we sprinkle into worship songs. We're talking about a person, a God whose character does not shift with seasons, emotions, or circumstances. His faithfulness is not fragile. It does not crack under pressure. It does not weaken when life gets heavy. It does not evaporate when you feel unworthy. It does not retreat when you stumble. God's faithfulness is the steady hand that holds your life when everything else feels unstable. Think about that for a moment. Everything around you can change: people, plans, emotions, finances, relationships, even your own confidence. But God's faithfulness stands like a mountain that cannot be moved. When everything else shakes, He remains. Every morning you wake up is a reminder that God has not changed His mind about you. The breath in your lungs is evidence that His mercy is still active. His compassion didn't expire last night. His promises didn't weaken because of your mistakes. His love didn't shrink because of your doubts. His patience didn't run out because you had a rough day. Scripture says His mercies are new every morning, not recycled, not leftover, not diluted. New, fresh, fully stocked, fully available, fully extended toward you. And here's the truth we often forget. God is faithful not because you are perfect, but because He is perfect. His faithfulness is not a reaction to your goodness. It flows from His goodness. It is not based on your consistency. It is rooted in His consistency. Even when you are faithless, He remains faithful because He cannot deny who He is. There will be seasons when you can't see the way forward. Seasons where the fog is thick, the path is unclear, and the options feel overwhelming. In those moments, His faithfulness becomes your compass. Not your feelings, not your fears, not your assumptions. His faithfulness. He guides you when you don't know what to do. He directs you when you feel lost. He nudges you when you're unsure. He steadies you when you're anxious. His faithfulness becomes the internal direction that points you toward hope, toward clarity, toward peace. And then there are the moments when life feels like too much, when the waves rise, when the pressure builds, when the weight feels unbearable. In those moments, His faithfulness becomes your anchor. Not to trap you, but to stabilize you, to keep you from drifting into despair, to hold you when the storm is loud, to remind you that even in chaos, you are not alone. And maybe you've had seasons where you felt forgotten, where heaven felt silent, where prayers felt unanswered, where you wondered if God still saw you, still cared, still remembered your name. In those quiet, aching moments, His faithfulness leans in close and whispers, "I am still here." Not, "I was here." Not, "I might be here." I am still here. Still present. Still attentive. Still committed. Still faithful. So today, rest in this truth. God's faithfulness is not based on your performance. It is rooted in His unchanging nature. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to qualify for it. You don't have to fight for it. You simply receive it. You are held by a faithfulness that does not change. You are guided by a faithfulness that does not fail. You are anchored by a faithfulness that does not move. You are surrounded by a faithfulness that does not disappear. And even when everything else in your life feels uncertain, unstable, or unpredictable, God's faithfulness remains the one thing you can build your life on. Because He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And the God who carried you before will carry you again. The God who kept you then will keep you now. The God who was faithful in your past will be faithful in your future. Family, you are held together, not by your strength, not by your perfection, not by your performance, but by the unwavering, unchanging, unstoppable faithfulness of God.